All right, I just pulled over to a spot on the river, and I want to show you how I bring my content creation stuff for paddling. First thing is to have a bag which is like a dry bag. Dry bags are like different leader, and they're usually like this, that you can make sure that your gear is all okay if you tip over and whatnot. But I have a second one, and this one's more versatile for, well, they have it on like motorcycles and stuff, but stops the rain and snow and sleet. And you just roll it up like a normal dry bag, and then you clamp it. You can even get air out of it with little vents that they have on them. And this is a good one, which I'll put a link below, which I really like, and the size of it. And I bought another container thing that I can then have little compartments, so separating the stuff a little bit here and there. Can't forget the sunscreen, the bug spray I never leave. But you know, you bring a lot of things. Like, what if it rains, you know, and you want to be okay if you're doing a major day trek. But this is all my gear, a little bit of towels and stuff like that. I've got a little mini tripod that grips. Of course, I'm gonna bring my DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which is amazing. I'm filming with my hand right now, which is keeping it pretty stable. But I have a drone that's in here, the DJI Mini 3 Pro, that's in its own Flymore case. Hydration all the time, guys. Like, this is a neat one, actually. Check that one out. It's way better than Gatorade. And I have, of course, my audio, which is the DJI mic. Also a wireless mic system, which is fantastic. This is brand new out. You have to check it out. And I have my glasses, and I have, of course, if you ever get, things get dark, for some reason, you need light. Like, light is so important. And if there's any issues with that you end up in the outdoors, it's always good to have a knife. Also is a bushcraft one, so that if you got to start a fire and stuff, which I have some of that stuff down below for starting fires, but if that's necessary. And I basically have that stuff, always a lighter and whatnot, in my other main bag. And I've got a hammock in there, actually. That's a really cool one. I'll put in the link below also. But these are some primary elements that you can do. And I'll always have, you know, a audio system. I have a lot of clamps. This is an adapter for the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which clamps onto the bottom of this and extends the capabilities and the power of it. So that's super important. I have a grip thing that attaches to my jacket with like a GoPro mount sort of thing that you can be walking along and you know, not have to carry it, essentially. But this is the thing that I've really done. And if you're wondering why I have two like paint sticks here zip tied on, that's because this Canoe Swift Cruiser 15.8 is Kevlar. So I was trying to grip this on this, and it was starting to make crack sounds. So I strengthened it with wood on the bottom, wood on the top, that I can actually clamp on this and not worry about it. And then I just screw in to the bottom of my, like this, just take this off, screw that in, and then it'll clip on here, and then it sits on my clamp system. And that's basically it. Like, you see a lot of people with GoPros and stuff do that. So what else do we got? Well, I have also a clamping system for my phone, which you can put it in there. You can go landscape, or you turn it this way and you can be portrait. So whatever the situation is, like, there's a lot of options and stuff that you want to be filming yourself forward, backwards. And this device, which I'll put a link in, is amazing for going backwards and forwards. Check this link out to my quick story on how easy it is just to press it 3 times and it flips forward, backwards. I love the DJI Osmo Pocket universe. And there's the old ones, which is I think it's a 2.0, which is really small, and I love it. It's my first one, and then I got the 3 recently because, hey, I'm addicted to DJI products, and I love the new technology and stuff like that. So that's basically it. Always bring a cable and whatnot, and make sure that you got some extra power. I always bring a little power bank just in case, so I can plug things in case things get low on my phone and I need to make an emergency call. Always good to have something. You can get these things, they give them away. But this one's a good one, by Belkin. Belkin's a great thing, but there's a lot of other ones that you can do. So if you have any questions on this, let me know. Otherwise, this is how I roll, or this is how I paddle, actually. And I just put it and balance it in, so when I'm going down the river, everything's good. So when you're paddling, this clamp here clamps onto that, especially if it's Kevlar. And then you have this little thing you can get off Amazon too. I'll put a link below. The power adapter, there's a smaller one so it doesn't sit up so high. And all you do to really do, you can either turn it on like that. Check that out. Come on, that's cool. Or you can then, that's landscape, or you can turn it that way and you're shooting good old portrait for the stories and Instagram stories and shorts for YouTube. It's pretty fantastic. So I just paddle along like this, and it's totally clamped. You can put it on the gunnel, which is the edges of the canoe. Someone told me that, I don't know what a gunnel is, the other day. And I was like, okay, I better humanize things and, you know, help people to understand. So yeah, you can clamp also onto this, which is really solid too on your canoe. And you just don't want to damage things, right? So, and then this can just sit there, and no matter if I'm tipping, you know, tippy, it stays solid. And the great thing about this is that this is called a gimbal. And so, like, of course you can like move it around, you know, and direct it, you know, but change it to photo mode, change it to all these things, and, you know, photo or video. It's amazing. But when it shakes, it goes the opposite direction, so it keeps things smooth. And that's really the premise. It's those things on the bottom of drones that keep things really extremely smooth. So if you're looking to do some really smooth stuff, it's not about the GoPro. I'm not into GoPros. I'm into DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which is absolutely fantastic for filming and getting really smooth footage constantly versus the shaky stuff like this constantly. Here's me in here. This is where my camera is. It's got one of those, I got a little tripod that's gripping onto a little piece of log, and I put my iPhone clamped into it, and that's how I'm going to do this shot. I'm just paddling along. For some reason, I just happen to have that shot, and this is how you get the side shot. Drone's another one all into itself, but that's partly it. So now what you got to do is you got to turn around and you got to go get it. But that's part of the whole content creation thing too, right? You got to like set it up and go back and then re-walk the trail, whatever you're doing. So here, let me show you where the thing is. I just found a little log that was off the side and had a perfect vantage point. Probably like birds go on it and turtles, and so it's a little dirty, but hey, this is what it's all about. And this is another little tip on how to do content creation while you're canoeing. Put stuff on the side of things, right? Like that. And then make sure it's gripped on. These grip thing. Gorilla pods are fantastic for versatility and just putting on things, but that's part of it too. You can have that. And of course I got the audio here, but this is really part of you know, what it takes. And risking and being brave and just having somewhat of a vision to get the different shots. Let's pull over and grab it now. And that's really part of it too. Don't leave it behind. That could be a problem. You just take it off and away you go. Here, let me Now I have it, and it's still recording. Shooting a camera. But basically that's it, and it's locked in really well. And you can continue on your canoeing trip, and you got some more footage to make it creative and interesting to your audience and whatnot, to really show you where things are. But thing like that, you don't got to get on the muddy slope and attach a tripod on the side and slip in. These are great opportunities in branches and things like that you can do. And wide lens adapters are fantastic for expanding the view. And they have them in the case here for the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I put an ND filter, 32 if it gets too sunny, and the wide lens, which I love too. So let me show you what happens when we do that. So wide lens, it's easy. It's actually magnetic. That's the cool thing. You want to take care, and honestly I'm doing something bad, but I just kind of rubbing it on cotton. You usually want to use a microfiber. Okay, you see the boundaries of this? Now watch when you put the wide lens on. A little bit wider. We have more field of view, which, sorry for looking at my crotch right now, but everything's good. Well, these are great shorts, by the way. I got at Decathalon. It's like a competitor to Mountain Equipment Co-op. Check them out. They're pretty fantastic too. Number one thing when you're going on the river, any water, wear PFD, personal flotation device. I'm going to be putting it in the back of the canoe for the ride, but it's there. I do recommend always to wear it. I just know that the river is really shallow today. So if you have any questions about gear for your canoe or kayak that you want to paddle, or any of the stuff in mine, and how I actually outfit myself, let me know and I'll answer them in the comments below. Otherwise, remember to subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Check these ones out too, because they're pretty good.